Are you a parent who needs support for being your child's teacher? Do you need some encouragement as you facilitate your child's learning at home and everywhere else? Or maybe you just need to take a break and connect with fellow parents? If your answer is yes, then join us on the Educating for Life show. Join us, Mariel Ukienko, Michelle Perdelanan, San Unson, and Tina Rodriguez, the homeschooling moms behind the Philippine Homeschool Convention and online events like the Connect Homeschooling and Intentional Parenting Summit, as we share about different topics related to home-based education and everything in between. Watch our episodes on our Facebook page, Events by EFL, and on our YouTube channel. We hope that you'll join us because Educating for Life is all about supporting families and valuing education. See you there!
Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Educating for Life show. Streaming live here from Malolos, Bulacan. My name is Tina Rodriguez. Ako po ay isa po sa apat na homeschooling moms behind Educating for Life, and you're streaming live tonight on the Events by Educating for Life Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, and tonight, we're very grateful that we're also streaming on homeschoolers of the Philippines inside their Facebook group. So, kung galing po kayo sa HOP, please do comment and let us know where you are watching from. And if you're watching from our page or on our YouTube channel, also, please let us know where you are watching from. Ayan, may mga bumabati na. Unfortunately, hindi ko po makita yung mga names nyo. Ayan, kasi yung iba, pag nasa group po, kailangan ng permission to show your name. So, hello to Mommy Charisma. Hello, good evening po sa inyong lahat. Thank you for joining us tonight. So, we're here for another special episode. So, we're doing the Educating for Life show, or the EFL show, for a special season, especially as we prepare for our November 11 event, no? So if you have not seen our posts yet about it, we are inviting everyone to join us on November 11. That's on at UP Bahay ng Alumni. You can homeschool. This is our 10th anniversary edition. Bakit po 10th anniversary? Kasi the first You Can Homeschool event was held in 2013. So maliliit pa po yung mga anak ko noon. I was one of the hosts. And my fellow moms, Marielle and San, they organized this event. And Michelle, yung isa pa po namin kasama sa Educating for Life, was also there as a facilitator and a sharer. So we want to invite you all to come and join us. No? So this will be composed of 3 main sessions. Okay, the heart of homeschooling, the flavors of homeschooling, where we will talk about different homeschool methodologies, and the fruits of homeschooling. Ito po ang exciting kasi connected po siya sa session natin tonight, episode natin tonight, where we will have homeschooling parents and homeschool graduates share about their stories. O diba? Napaka-exciting po yan. So again, this is on November 11. Okay, so join us as we celebrate 10 years of supporting families. I'll just show you, ayan po yung mga speakers, veteran homeschooling moms, and also homeschooling graduates. Okay, so just visit educatingforlife.net if you want to join us at UP Bahay ng Alumni. May time po tayo for group discussions. We'll be able to talk to your fellow parents. May games. And of course, ang pinaka-favorite ng lahat, raffle prizes and ang fair, ang booths, no? Ang booths to visit. So, please do join us. And if you avail of our early bird session, ayan, nalito na ako. Early bird promo! Meron po kaming early bird promo ongoing now until October 8. Ayan. Bonus online sessions. You will be able to have bonus online sessions. 3 bonus online sessions. The first is called 4 Deadly Errors of Teaching Writing, and the second is Principles of Motivation. These will be given by renowned international homeschool and parenting speaker, si Andrew Pudiwa of the Institute for Excellence in Writing. So, favorite po siya with many veteran homeschoolers. Yung mga bago, ayan, it's time to discover Andrew. And of course, we also have our bonus online session number 3 by Sonny and Mina Mejia of Growing Minds PH. They are also homeschool parents. Ito po, pag-uusapan po natin yung how the growth mindset can improve your homeschooling days. Ayan. So we're very excited for all of you because we know that this event will help new homeschoolers at yung mga nag-aaral pa lang mag-homeschool, hindi pa sure kung mag-homeschool sila, at baka meron po dyan nag-homeschool na pero pagod na. First month pa lang, pagod na, no? Baka kailangan nyo po ng inspiration and encouragement. Please join us on November 11. So anyway, tonight, ito nga po, napaka-exciting. Our episode tonight, we have special guests. They are also veteran homeschooling moms. And one of them, she is a regular speaker at our conferences, our events, and she is the founder of Homeschoolers of the Philippines. We are so grateful to have with us tonight Miss Donna Pangilinan Simpao and of course Miss Amy Bean. Ay, Nax Miss talaga eh. Good evening!
Good evening. Hello, hello.
Good
Hello,
evening,
hello.
everyone.
Thank you again on behalf of the other moms of EFL, Michelle, Marielle, and San. We want to say thank you for saying yes to our invitation tonight. We have quite a few people watching us. Meron pong from Los Baños, Parañaque, from Dipolog City. And so we are excited to start our session. Okay, so um, please do start off by introducing yourselves first. Okay, let us know what is it that you do besides being a homeschooling mom, homeschooling veteran. How many kids? What are their ages? Anything that you'd like to share with our audience? I will ask Ate Donna to answer first.
Okay, so nakikiisa ako sa inyo. Naka-yellow, tapos naka-red. O, diba? Very colorful tayo tonight. Yes, so nung ginawa ang Educating for Life 2013, dun din nabunga yung Homeschoolers of the Philippines Facebook group. During that time, I was already homeschooling 4 kids sabay-sabay, and I started in 2001. So noong 2013, was about to release my 13-year-old son. So I have 4 kids, all homeschooled for 17 years. Of course, I released them pa isa-isa, kaya nag-extend. And right now, my eldest is 24, the one with glasses in front of me is in med school. That's Vince. Marco is a graduating senior psychology, wants to do education. Raya is abroad in the US for an art school, majoring in fine arts. And Gino is now 18 years old, graduating high school. And I think he wants to go to management engineering or something, industrial engineering. So I am now back to my other love, which is health, and I'm certifying again and going to take a board exam again at some point on lifestyle medicine and preventive meds. So I'm juggling, clinic work, studying again, homeschooling myself, and being a mom of 4 adult children and 2 pugs. Yon.
Oh, thank you, Ate Donna. Parang
Yan.
malayo pa ako dyan sa sa stage
Oh,
na
pero ang
yan.
bilis, diba? Diba, I mean, mabilis lang. Akala natin ang tagal, pero mabilis lang yan. Before you
Yes,
know
true.
it. O, si Ma'am
Nayak
Amy
na ako.
naman.
Wrong talaga.
Ikaw naman, Ate Amy. Go ahead and share.
Okay, I am Amy Binay, a CFA homeschool parent coach and a mother of 5. I have 4 daughters and a son, humabol. My eldest daughter, she is 32. She is already married. She's the only one who was not homeschooled because she was already in college when we decided to homeschool her siblings. Kaya, yeah. And then the 3 girls, ages 24, 22, 19, were all homeschooled. And Joachim, my 10-year-old son, is currently homeschooling and now is in grade 5. Si Jamil, my second daughter, 24-year-old, was homeschooled from grade 4 to 6, attended high school in Makati Science, and eventually Ateneo de Manila. Now she's working na. Okay, and then my 22 and 19-year-old Jared and Mandy were homeschooled from grade school to senior high school. Now, currently in third year college in De La Salle University and second year sa UP, Diliman.
Wow, galing. Parang
Kung makikita
pag-i-introduce mo si...
yung eldest ko, UST, kaya yung 4 na 4 big.
Mas, mas diverse ang kanyang pool of students. Parang ako isang ganun lang eh. Parang I released them all in 14 and then ito, wow, may sumingit pa.
Yes. Iba-ibang batches. Oh, actually, related yung mga intros nyo to my next question. Do you remember why you chose to homeschool? Kasi nga, iba-iba yung backgrounds nyo and iba-iba yung experiences, no? So, do you remember why you chose to do it? Ate Donna, ikaw muna.
Ako, nainggit lang ako dun sa sister ko na si Ate Felici Guizon. I just recently, we were expatriated abroad. Kakabalik lang namin, and I had a three-year-old and a 1-year-old. And she was already homeschooling a 3 and a 5-year-old. So, nainggit lang ako. Parang, because I stayed with my children full-time abroad, then I couldn't imagine dropping them to school for the entire morning, and then nainggit lang ako sa kanya, and then she said, "You can try it for a year," or, kasi hindi pa naman sila talagang on a certain level. Just play with them and, just stay at home and do play. Kasi nga, I remember abroad, I took a course on early childhood education kasi nga, parang
Hmm.
ganun talaga, you're always a learner. So might as well, hindi ko naman pwede i-pursue yung med ko doon o yung career ko doon. Nag-aral na lang ako ng education on early years. So yun, nakita ko how important and how foundational yung season na yun. So pagbalik ko dito, then nakita ko pa yung sister ko, ay talagang sabi ko, 1 year, I'll try. Tapos naging 17 years na. Yun.
Ay, ganun talaga. Nabudol.
Nabudol, yun, nabudol talaga.
Oh, thank you for sharing. Ate Felici, if you're watching, you're the reason.
You are the
And
ng budol.
yeah,
Si Amy naman.
ikaw naman, Ate Amy.
When we started homeschooling back in 2008, so that's how many years? 15 years. So, 2 years lang, no? Na ahead si Miss Donna. We decided to homeschool the kids kasi when we moved from our house in Laguna to a condominium here in Mandaluyong. And also, I wanted to quit my job as a computer programmer. Yun lang talaga, parang I really want to spend more time with my kids. Tapos, we were convinced after reading an article by Brother Bo Sanchez, yung Kerygma newsletter niya, that homeschool is the best school for our children as long as I can dedicate my time teaching the kids at home. As for our homeschool journey, syempre yung first to 3 months talagang challenging, no, because that was our transition period. Pero si Joey, my husband, reminded me and my kids that this was a collective decision. And we had to, all of us, no, find ways to make it fun. Kaya naman ginamit ko yung yung medyo technical background ko to search for mga useful tools in the internet, di ba? Ang dami. So as in PowerPoint visuals, mga ganyan. So
Slides.
then, no, talagang, pero I had to start with what is available.
Yeah.
Before we have lesson plans and textbooks So I had to go through them first. Tapos yun nga, inspiration hit and I started to get additional materials through the internet. Ang dami kong nakuha. No? Tapos, I spent a lot of time downloading worksheets, making flashcards, mga lesson indexes. Naku, sobra. Tapos nang nakita ko yung mga na-accumulate ko, parang I found myself again, not knowing what to do with all of them. No? And kung ano yung
Nabudol.
really,
Nabudol.
talagang sobra, parang overwhelming kasi parang lahat gusto ko ibigay. And homeschooling multi-level kids can be quite, confusing.
Challenging.
Nakakaloka? Kasi, I remember at one point, I was doing lesson plan for my grade 4. Tapos yung isip ko nandun sa lessons ng grade 1 ko. Tapos, and then how to teach my preschooler to read. Parang nape-pressure ako kasi there's this another kid na lang ni Mandy, ang galing na magbasa. Tapos si Mandy parang hindi pa. so gano'n talaga. So sobrang na-pressure ako talaga ng gusto. But anyway, so those were the days, no, nung
yeah, I think sa start naman usually, no, parang we feel that we really need to give everything or teach everything, no, Ate Dons? I remember in one of your talks, I think, na parang you have that, you feel that it has to be everything, but eventually I
Oo,
think you learn naman. Sige,
yeah,
Ate Dons,
you see,
ikaw magkwento. Kasi I remember yung kwento mo, kayo naman, puro maliliit kasi parang talagang
yeah.
sunod every 2 years ba sila? 2 years, no? Parang ganon.
Oo. Parang ikaw, yung ano ba, it's always an advantage, I think, to start at preschool. And then you grow with your kids, no? Talagang medyo mas malaki yung adjustment if you're pulling them out, if,
Mm.
um, or yung ages nila masyadong wide, yun na nga, sabi, like kay Amy. So, I think yung sa preschool kasi it's more of like a slow burn, hindi ka biglaan, di ba? Kasi yung expectations hindi naman. That's why nga you shouldn't really pressure yourself na dapat by 3 nagbabasa na kasi yung kapitbahay or whatever nagbabasa na. Dapat ganito. Hindi dapat ganun kasi nga. So parang I think that helped, to ease into preschool, and the whole ano is it should be fun and enjoy talaga, and lots of play and art, and just di ba ang cute ng kids pagka masaya sila di ba? So yun, so eventually, but syempre nung nag-grade 1 na, nag-grade 2, grade 3, tapos biglang nag-PVT test kami, yung pa yung tawag sa PEP test noon,
Philippine Validation Test
Oo, kasi nga we wanted to enter into a homeschool provider nga.
Provider.
Kasi sabi ng husband ko, which was really, may wisdom naman talaga ang bigay ng Panginoon sa ating mga asawa na, Donna, what if, of course, if anything happens to you or if suddenly you need to work, if suddenly there is
Something happened.
something happen, nasa na yung mga documents ng anak natin?
Your husband and my husband, they think the same.
Ayun. Pero positive din siya. What if ma-expatriate tayo uli? Tapos,
Yeah.
yung older son natin may chance na mag-international school abroad na. Dahil, nasa na yung documents natin? Sabi ko, andito sa ulo ko. Ayan, hanapin natin. So, nag-PVT, nakita ko na, oh no, medyo mababa kami sa Aralin Panlipunan. Tsaka kasi, I think, Aralin Panlipunan. Naging textbook naman ako. Naging masyado namang yung classroom at home. Yon. So, may seasons talaga. So, I remember Deborah Bell. Buti na lang nakausap natin siya noong 2006 or something. Yung first visit niya dito sa TMA, yung pa yung dating Homeschool Global, na sabi niya, there will be gaps for sure. Hindi mo mako-cover lahat. At yung anak mo nandun sa regular school, biglang hindi mo tinuro yung, for example, yung
Algebra.
genetics or algebra na very specific, o yung mga Mendelian inheritance, yan, yung mga parang mga genetic, hindi mo na naturo. But he said na at that point na kailangan nila yung alamin. First, alam nila kung saan maghahanap ng good information. They'll know kung ano yung pangit na YouTube tutor, video dun sa magandang source. Yun, because you gave them the tools to research. Tapos, meron silang motivation to learn it. So, hindi mo talaga mako-cover. So, that gave me an ease na hindi mo kailangan tapusin yung textbook, hindi mo kailangan matapos, lahat. Pero hindi ka naman pwede baga-bagabay naman, no? Hindi naman pwede mag-lax. Pero I think that was liberating, yung sinabi ni Deborah Bell na you will have forever gaps. But yung love for learning, ipasa mo, tools to research and where to validate information and to know where to get good information, they'll look for it and they'll learn it on their own at that time that they need it. Yun.
Oh, ang ganda. Actually, I also remember Deborah Bell during one of the earlier conferences when I was just an attendee. Little did I know we would be organizing later on. Pero I remember, ang sinabi din niya noon, we shouldn't expect our kids to learn at the same rate. Diba parang as others. Parang they are their own, God created them as their own, in their own individual, with their own individual timelines. Parang ganon. And that really stuck with me. Kasi ang tendency, I think, especially for parents with young kids, is to compare, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Parang nakikita din natin 'yan, yung mga nasa hop, hi. Minsan nakikita natin
Oo.
'yan sa mga questions, no, na parang my child is ganitong age, hindi pa rin siya nagsusulat or nagbabasa or whatever, 'di ba? And I like what you said, Ate Don and Ate Aimee, na yun nga yung parang we just need to give that love for learning and discover also how to make it fun for them. No?
Mm.
So, Ate Donna, my question for you naman. Next question is, what made you decide to homeschool until elementary only, yung until grade 6, and then release them na to high school?
Uh, Di ba usually you commit 1 year at a time. Hindi
Mm-hmm.
hindi naman ako yung type na nagsabi na I'll do this until high school. So the very first ano is when the child starts asking na
Mm.
I want to be part of a basketball team or I wonder what it's like to be in a school. And then na-feel ko din na every day I was teaching them a lot of lessons on how to be a good citizen and to be a good group mate, to be a good, diba, to be honest, to be able to work with others. Tapos, tatlo lang yung kasama niya, no? So, parang, yung mga kapatid niya. So, there was a writing essay na I gave my son, and then he said, "You know what I mean, Mom?" Parang maikli lang yung sagot niya. Parang sinabi lang niya, you know what I mean, Mom? And I said, yeah, but you're supposed to write in 10 sentences. Yeah, but so nagsulat nga siya ng 10 sentences, but hindi na siya na-challenge para bang, you know what I mean? And alam naman niya, hindi ko naman siya ibabagsak. So, yun nakita ko na, I think this, because he's always at the top of his class, kasi mas magaling siya dun sa lahat ng kapatid niya. Parang yung sense of competition and yung challenge that I can give feeling ko was not already good because I was still trying to teach the youngest how to read, 'di ba? So yung effort hindi mo ako feeling ko I couldn't handle the four na sabay-sabay. So parang yun, then I said, sige, then he wanted to be part of a team. And napagod na rin ako sa kakalipat ng mga league na isali siya na isali, di ba? Na parang sabi ko, I think it's time. And then we said 1 year. And I always tell this sa homeschoolers na minsan it's not, you release and then they decided na tinapos yung year and the son says, I want to go back to homeschool. Hindi naman nagkamali, no? Hindi naman yun lost, no? There are times talaga na the decisions have changed. Pero ang nangyari, ang galing ng experience nung una. Na tuwang-tuwa siya. Lagi niyang kinikwento sa kids. It was not naman a big school. It was a small school na they were only 20 or 30, 25 in the batch, 30 ata. So parang lahat sila. When I turn 13, I will also go like kuya, ganyan. So yun na yun. Naging ano na siya. So yun. And it was a pleasant transition naman. So happy naman yung aming pag-release. Si Amy, iba-iba ang release kasi iba-ibang edad. Tsaka,
Oo
iba-ibang,
nga eh.
paano yung kay Amy?
Ate Amy, ikaw naman. Kasi sa'yo, dalawa yung nag-grade 12, no? So, senior high, homeschool pa rin.
Yes. Sa
Sige,
akin,
kwento mo.
Ako nagawa
the answer is, the kids were happy eh. And fully adjusted sila with homeschooling. They have friends, di ba? Tapos they have developed study habits. Kaya naman, and we already have a community. So meron kaming parang care group, homeschooling care group, na halos sabay-sabay silang lumaki from magkakasabay sila until high school. Kaya sanay na kami and we were really having fun. Sabi nga ni Miss Donna, di ba? Kailangan talaga you have to find ways to enjoy homeschooling. Kaya until high school talaga, enjoy sila. And since we have all the time, yung mga passion nila, alam mo yon, mas nabibigyan namin ng oras, mas nabibigyan namin to pursue, di ba? Yan. Kaya, enjoy. And they really, they were really very happy with homeschooling until senior high school actually.
Galing, no? I
Galing.
think very important yung may community na ano, physically
Yeah.
near. 'Di ba?
Mm,
Because we
mm.
live kasi far. So, malayo kami dun sa Homeschool Global or sa TMA noon. So, pahirapan to come, for regular basketball or for talagang. So, I think that's one key, no, na pag magsi-senior high or junior high, maganda rin yung
Yeah.
community malapit na they develop that. Kasi developmentally, they're really looking for peers and friends, di ba? So, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
in hindsight.
Yeah, I think that's also one of the good things about yung homeschooling community now. Ang dami mong pwedeng salihan na groups or communities, no, where your teenagers, if you're homeschooling high school, no, they will feel that sense of belonging na hinahanap nila na usually nakikita sa conventional school. So I think sabi nga ni Ate Donna, it's really a season, the season, you have to check the seasons that you're in, no. Pero I'm
Mm.
sure, I mean, you two have been sharing all the good things about homeschooling. I'm sure meron kayong challenges din, no, that you experienced during your many years of homeschooling. So can you name kahit top 3 challenges nyo, and then how did you overcome them? Let's start again with Ate Donna.
Challenge. Um, okay. I think one is challenge to keep uh to nurture your marriage. That's one. Because tendency mo to feel when you're homeschooling multi-level for kids is that wala ka ng oras talaga sa kids pa lang di ba? So, I wish during that time that there were really powerful sessions on protecting your marriage or, just really allowing your marriage to thrive even if, you're homeschooling, in the busiest season of small kids and ganyan. Because minsan assumption mo not all couples kasi are 100% on board, yung minsan yung isang spouse is mas into it and the other spouse has to work corporate ganyan. So I think that's one thing for me na masyado kong masyado ako naging homeschool mom na but my husband and I are very open now and just understanding what happened and understanding na how do we work, and now they're all grown up na. So parang we're working on those areas. Pero yun ang advice ko sa marami, na marriage comes first, dapat. So wag nating i-assume na, pinapaaral ko ng mga anak niya so okay na dapat yan. Or, di ba? Or, presyo na ako, di ba? Ano na, quits na. Hindi mo na kailangan pansinin yung asawa mo. Hindi pwede yon. And then 2 is juggling. Juggling lang, multi-level, iba-ibang material, juggling lang na just constantly juggling your life. Sandwich parenting din kami. My parents were elderly, then small kids, so just juggling. And that, I guess, is the Lord, talaga. The Lord's grace and giving you wisdom, strength. And then the third would be you always challenging na parang, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Yun, yung parang mental ano sa'yo, na parang kalaban mo yung sarili mo na pag ganyan Kalaban mo na yung sarili mo. Again, it's the word of God. Na if he called you to homeschool, then you have to not worry, di ba? Do not worry. Do not, yan. So for me talagang ang lakas ng if you embrace homeschooling with the faith, the faith
Mhm.
and God's, you avail of what God offers. Yun, ma-overcome mo yung mga yun. So I think the
Oh,
marriage challenge in
yeah.
marriage, challenge in juggling everything, motherhood, taking care of lahat. And the third is yung always feeling that, am I doing enough? Hindi ako educator, hindi ako school. Yun. And lastly, what also helped? Sports. Ayun.
Yeah.
Lagi ko sinasabi yun na I had tennis thrice a week. Kahit na nag-homeschool ako, finish or not finish, Friday 12 noon, iiwan ko sila lahat. Paala kayo dyan. Magte-tennis ako. So yun nahanap ko yun na parang outlet. Yun.
Oo. So parang ano yun, no, Ate Dons, in a way, parang taking care of yourself. No,
Yeah,
the tennis was
and
your break,
yeah, and
your
your
me.
brain. That's not connected to you being a mom, being a wife, di ba? Yung something totally fun and gumagalaw ka pa, so physical activity. So yung tatlo, God and then sports. Yun ang nakatulo. How about you, Amy?
Thank you, Ate Amy, your turn. What are the
Ako,
top three challenges?
yeah, yung mga laging isa sa mga laging challenges ng mga homeschooling families, 'di ba? Time management kasi walang
Mm.
helper. Tapos
Mm-hmm.
I need to do all the housework. When we were starting, si Jamil 9 years old pa lang, si Jared 7. So hindi pa sila masyadong makatulong. So household chores pa lang parang kulang na yung oras, mag-homeschool pa, tapos dadating yung, katulad na sabi ni Miss Donna, you have to take care of your marriage, o kailangan pagdating, siya naman yung aasikasuhin mo. So, buti na lang, buti na lang, during weekends, since we are a member of Familia Community, so nagsiserve kami, so both my husband, ay, we have service sa community. And kasama na din namin yung mga bata. So, yun ang oras namin din. And then, sa CFA Homeschool kasi, di ba, merong deadline for submission of requirements. So, talagang we need to submit written works, book reports, projects every quarter. Pero thankfully, they learn to be independent learners from all this. Yun naman din.
Galing.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos, yun nga, since hindi naman ako talaga, I'm not an educator, sabi nga, lagi ko sinasabi, naku, kaya ko bang ituro, yung mga hard to teach lessons, kailangan you have to study the lessons first, tapos bago mo ituro sa mga bata. It was really a growing and learning process with the whole family. And dealing with all this, buti na lang, yung husband ko, si Joey, was a really big help. Siya yung in charge sa Christian Living Education. Tapos siya rin yung sa reading. Kaya helping them with their book report, siya yung nag-check. And then, I guess, yun nga, homeschooling is definitely a family affair. Si Joey, malaki yung role niya sa homeschooling namin. Kaya, medyo, yun ang gaan, no? Sa homeschooling, namin, journey.
Ang galing. So, what I'm getting from the both of you, no, it's unang-una, you have to work as a team, no? The family has to work as a team. Tapos, yung juggling, I think it's really part of our lives, no? With or without a helper. Parang feeling mo talaga, it's a constant juggling act. And I think siguro even up to now na, well, your kids are in different stages of life, dami pa rin ginajuggle, no?
True.
It's really the grace of God that will help you do it all. And then para tayong, dapat nga may emoji na no, mom juggling many things. Para pag nag-message sa'yo, oy, kumusta? Yun na lang muna sasagot mo, yung emoji na.
Juggling.
Ayun. Ang galing-galing talaga ng, well, I like also what you said at the Dons, na you need to take care of yourself. No, I think that's also important. Ate Amy, I know you also do this. No, take time out for yourselves and don't feel that feeling of always not being enough. Parang I think that comes again from comparing. No? So let's be careful din. Siguro yung what we see on social media is not what's happening in real life. Yan. Ang next question ko, how do you think homeschooling helped your children when they got to high school, Ate Donna? Kasi, di ba, tinapos sila grade school, tapos nag-high school sila. Did it help them in any way?
Oo, kasi I remember, I don't know where I got this, but I think, when my son was doing well, yung unang na-release, no? You kind of, it was a validation. It was a validation that he thrived or he was doing very well in the school he was released to. And it kind of strengthened na you're doing something right. So I remember my son at grade 10 or 11, grade 10, grade 10, was invited to a early childhood education class in a master's class in at De La Salle. So pumunta kami doon. I spoke a little about our homeschooling and then in-interview siya ng mga master's ed. Pero hindi ko naman siya kinoach kasi talagang dinaretso lang yun. So how did homeschooling help you? Exacto. Help you for your high school life. And then ang sweet niya, this is Marco. He said he was my number 2 and he's now in psychology. And sagot lang niya, I think homeschooling or my mom taught us to be a good person first that enabled us to be a good student. So parang,
Nakakaiyak na.
so sabi, hindi ko, saan galing yun? So parang, the academics and the submission to authority, yung excellent work is really ano pa rin, anchored in character na hindi yung priorities to be a great student, be the best student. Parang na-gets niya na you're more than the student, you're a person. So kinilig ako doon. So I think that's it. Yung parang I think that's pretty much summarizes siguro what we all desire is that we raise good, loving, and responsible people who will shine, di ba? When they're released to the world, which to us, their world is the regular school. Diba? So, yun. So syempre, di ba, bandera ng homeschooling, excited yung mga, andun pa yung isang professor sa De La Salle, parang sabi niya, wow! Katuwa.
Oh, that's an encouragement for all of us who are still in the trenches and don't
Yeah.
know meron bang good that will come out of all of these busy days, no? Ang ganda nun, he taught him to be a good person so he could be a good student. Nakakaiyak. Ikaw naman, Ate Aimee, kasi sa'yo naman, college. So talagang they never experienced, 'di ba, parang conventional school until college talaga yung iba, yung hanggang grade 12. So, nakatulong ba yun sa kanila, yung mga nag-college among your kids?
Yes,
UP
of
at
course.
Liceo.
Diba? Medyo, yun nga sabi ni Miss Donna, yung character niya, we have to build their character. Actually, sa akin, for me, well, siguro for most of the homeschooling families na importante, aside from academics, di ba, kailangan talaga yung character, i-build yung character nila. How to be God-loving and people-loving. Yun yung pinaka-importante sa amin ni Joey sa family din namin, no? So, aside from academics, kaya hindi ko sila masyadong pinapressure, no, when it comes to academics. Kaya naman, hindi rin naman sila, they were already pretty much independent kasi nga, na-develop yung study habit nila. Kaya yung transition nila to college, hindi rin masyadong naging mahirap for them. And I think that's probably the main fear of some parents, di ba, who are considering homeschooling their kids up to high school. Kasi baka mahirap pagdating nila ng college. Pero for my girls, homeschooling didn't hold them back at all eh. Kasi in fact, dahil nga nung time ng pandemic, di ba, so sanay na sila sa school at home. So, kaya naman when sabi nga meron daw nagtanong kay Jared, sabi sa kanya, tinanong siya, sabi niya sa akin, her friends were asking why she didn't find the transition difficult, no, na kasi she was homeschooled all her life. Sabi niya sa kanila, parang the learning setup in college is pretty similar to the homeschooling setup. Kasi nga, independent, they do all the research, reporting, and all. Kaya, so, The major difference lang is yung ngayon, siyempre, pumapasok na sila sa campus majority of the week. So, yan. Kaya hindi masyadong hirap sa kanila transition to college.
Wow, which means na parang may baby na nagigising. I think that means that they, Daddy!
Cute.
Ayan, juggling. We're talking about juggling. So, nagja-juggle din ako. Ang ganda ng sinabi mo, Ate Imes, kasi I think even with Ate Donna, it's the same, no? When the kids, when they learn how to learn, it's easier for them to become independent, no? And to, I remember my own teens din. Sila na yung nagsiset na this is what I'm gonna study on this day. And parang sila yung mag-decide na I just asked them, so what are you going to use and what are you going to do? So parang sila magsiset na this is what I'm going to do on this day and this day. Parang gagawa sila ng sarili ng schedule. Na niisip ko nung teenager ako, ginagawa ko ba yun? Nagawa ba ako ng sarili schedule?
Diba?
So parang I think that's something to encourage, lalo na yung mga new homeschoolers at yung mga maliliit pa yung mga anak na don't worry so much about what's going on now. Parang later on you will see the fruits of your efforts and the fruits of, parang yan, sila Ate Donna, sila Ate Amy. When you're in the thick of it, di mo nakikita, pero ayan, ngayon sila, di ba, they have graduates na and they got their kids into high school and college. So my last question, ayan, last na, pero I think may mga a few questions lang in the comments. We'll try to ask them before we let Ate Donna and Ate Amy go, and then I'll share some announcements. Ate Donna also has some announcements for you. What words of wisdom can you share with parents who are exploring homeschooling or just starting out? Ayan. So again, we'll start with Ate Donna. Baka meron, dito sa Hop, if you're watching in Hop, I know that Ate Donna already has shared a lot of words of wisdom and she really does. She tries to answer all of the posts there. Grabe, ang sipag mo talaga, Ate Donna.
Ayun, kaya ini-encourage ko yung Hop. Ang dami-dami natin dyan. So, if you only spend 15 minutes to try to help maybe three people, di ba? Para sumagot, well, that's your service, di ba? So, I'm trying to also model na parang tumulong tayo by answering, encouraging others, you know. So, I guess, words of wisdom, ano ba? Well, of course, I believe kasi in the command of the Lord, train them, di ba, in the way that they should go and they will not depart from it. So, yung pinaka-core talaga ng ano mo is that you are giving, ang tingin ko sa kids is arrows, di ba? Sabi, they are like arrows, in a quiver, and at one point, you will release them. So, they're just borrowed. They're not ours. We are just stewards. So, pinapahiram lang sa atin yan ng Panginoon. So, but then, meron ako is, do the best that you can. Diba? Kasi yan ang role natin eh. So, yun ang service natin sa Panginoon. Yun ang service natin here on earth. Yun ang role natin. So, let's try to do it in the best way we can, given our resources, our talents. So, I see a lot complain about that it's toxic, it's stressful, but I also see the other side naman that's too lax naman na parang ganyan. So I think we have to find that balance and to embrace the role that we are called by God at this season. And so that is our service. That is our challenge to love our children and train them as unto the Lord. So kung ano yung i-offer sa Panginoon, hindi mo man i-offer yung tira-tira, di ba? Hindi mo i-offer yung kung ano lang ang, maski pops. You'll try to do it excellently through His support and strength and through homeschoolers of the Philippines supporting you. So I guess yun lang, embracing the role, the season, embracing the and do it. Do as excellently as you can, as if this is your service talaga to your children, to your family, and to the Lord. And when he calls, I know he will enable. So, yun.
Ganda. Thank you, thank you. Spoken like a true homeschooling veteran. Veteran na talaga tawag sa inyo. Ikaw naman, Ate Amy.
Um, for those who are exploring homeschooling, the first thing you need to do is to know and define your why. No,
Mm-mm.
bakit ka mag-homeschool? Why do you want to homeschool in the first place? Kasi when you start to face challenges, your reason for homeschooling will be your anchor. Sabi nga ni Brother Bo, yung hindi ko talaga makakalimutan, be faithful to your whys, bakit? And be flexible to your house, paano? Ako, even as a parent coach, I always tell that to my families under my care. No? Kaya, and as I mentioned earlier, homeschooling is a family affair. So when you decide, you must be willing to work together as a family and see it through. So when you start, you have to all work together to help your child develop good habits. Laging good habits, no? And stick
Good
to the
habit.
Oo, no? Tsaka yung disiplina, sabi nga, kailangan hindi pwedeng masyadong nag-relax, no? We homeschool with integrity. So, yan. Yan, so,
Ano nga to? Faithful in and be faithful in your why and be
be
flexible.
flexible
Flexible
to
in
your
your
house.
Ang
Narinig mo
galing.
yun, Mami?
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Quotable quote. Quotable quote. Thank you so much to both of you. We have just, I think, 3 questions from those who are watching. I'm not sure kung sa Hop ito or sa Facebook page, but I'll show them here. So there's somebody asking, do you think a sense of competition is important in learning? Si Esther Ann. What do you think? Who would like to answer? Any of you?
Okay,
Ate Donna.
I will give you an example. Okay, so I was teaching my kids tennis. Okay? And talagang wala, they didn't have, parang we were all in one side of the court. Tapos ganun-ganun lang. Tapos parang hindi sila masyadong challenge. Parang hindi sila the boys to, no?
Hmm.
Then my husband, nakita niya, ayusin ko nga to. Pinaglaban. Tapos sabi niya, oh, I'll score. I'm gonna score, okay? And they were like, what, 8 and 6? Or biglang ang galing ng biglang ang galing kasi they were competing each other. No, anyway, of course, there's more. That's just an example. But I am a believer of a healthy competition. Of course,
Yes.
your first enemy, naman enemy, but yung una mong kalaban is yourself, actually, di ba? That's why,
Hmm.
yun talaga yung una mong kalaban. But in a set of multi-levels children, not unless twins, no, but multi-level, it's challenging. Kasi the older one, di ba, I mean, maybe sa'yo nangyari yan, will always feel superior. Kasi
Yes.
syempre siya lagi, di ba? So, yung younger one, yun, middle child nga, laging feeling na ganun, no? So, I always have to remind them, and that character ang lalabas doon. Character, na you have to always remind na you may seem like you're better, but the ages are different, they're still maturing and everything. But like I said, when my son was at 13, nawala siyang competition. A sense ko that he was being complacent. And
Hmm.
in terms of because wala siyang ano. So I don't know. I believe in a healthy kind of competition. But I don't have evidence or studies. But that's interesting. Very Esther, very good question. Ikaw
Yeah.
Tina, ikaw may sagot.
Ako, well, we have, 6, I think, yung sinabi ni Ate Donna, they really do tend to compete with themselves first. Yung parang they want to be better than they were before, or kung hindi, i-motivate namin sila na I think you can do better. Pero yung dahil nga multiple kids, no, yung competition nandun pala. Ako, for me, that's how I feel na palaging
Oo.
competition. And I think it is healthy, no? Kasi tas later on, when they're Kasi I see them naman when they're interacting with their friends. Ngayon, may 2 teens na kami, no? Still homeschool. Parang there is that, yun nga, yung healthy sense of competition. It's not, sometimes I think they're, realistically speaking, and I'm keeping it real, no, na minsan meron pa rin, meron syempre the tendency to compare na, lalo na sa mga cousins who are in conventional school. Pero I always
Mm.
say na, iba-iba kasi yung yung family, what we're called to be as families, what you're called to be as a person. So parang compare, not because you feel, parang you feel na you're not enough, pero if you think na you need to improve, diba? So I think competition, yun nga sabi ni Ate Donna, yung healthy. Tapos I think sa boys talaga important siya.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if there are studies, pero
Yeah, mas naturally
Oo.
competitive yan.
Oo, mas naturally competitive.
Baka we're stereotyping, pero I've observed that also. And
Oo.
di ba, Asian Games ngayon, di ba? So they
Yeah.
we are all gonna end up competing in some form, in our lives. So I think it's good to make, that they know how to lose, they know how to win, they know how to challenge. How about Amy?
Oo. Totoo naman. Basta lagi lang natin tinuturo sa kanila na be a good sport, no? So,
Hmm.
I believe also in a healthy competition. And doon kasi sila mag-strive harder, no? Yung best nila to give up their best. Pero kung matalo, so yun nga, so just be a good sport and accept, diba? So it's ano rin yan ng character nila. Kaya okay lang. Competition is important in learning.
Thank you for sharing your answers. Meron lang akong ipapakita na comment. Hi, Miss Donna. Thanks for continually supporting homeschoolers. Oh, yes. At may nagsabi, hindi namin makita kung sino, pero nasa hop yata kaya hindi ko makita yung name. Sabi nga, it's not how much a child knows, but how much he cares. Yes, I think that's from Charlotte Mason also. The least I would like to say, we're just new homeschoolers, but my kids really learn to manage their time because of homeschooling. No? Groups are very helpful. Ito, magandang question. I think this is the only other question. What do you do to family members who have negative feelings about homeschooling? Parang natanong na rin to sa HAP maraming beses.
Oo, madami na.
Oo.
Well, of course, may time, luhaan ka. May time talaga luluha ka. When sa bahay ka lang, di ba? Or sa bahay ka lang. Or meron actually nagsabi sa akin, nag-doktor ka pa. Parang, or marami namang, kaya naman may mga guro, di ba? Ikaw naging doktor, but dapat you serve, ganyan. So, not family members, but close friends. Isang family member, syempre naalala talaga siya tsaka isang close friend said that. Again, sabi ni Amy, if you know your why, di ba? If you're faithful to your why, you'll stand strong. And ang advice ko lagi sa homeschoolers is, kung solid ka sa paniniwala mo, guided ka by your faith, by God, and united ang pamilya sa yung nuclear pamilya, yung pinaka core family. Huwag ka mang-away, huwag mong gawing hugot, di ba? I-release mo yung mga family members, forgive them na kaagad. Kasi they know not what they do. And they do not know what homeschooling is all about. So yung mga negative feelings nila is galing yan sa kanilang paniniwala on how things should be. Kung ano dapat ang pagpapalaki sa mga anak. So you release na kaagad. Huwag nyo nang awayin, huwag nyo nang i-negative, huwag nyo nang ipagkalat sa iba na nega sila. Because you work on your not to prove, hindi sila yung magiging reason mo na I'm gonna prove them wrong. But focus on your yun nga, on your why, and do it excellently, diligently. One day magiging na sila, fans na sila ng homeschooling.
I
So,
love that answer, Ate Dawn.
Eventually, siyempre, makikita nila yung fruits, di ba? So,
mm-mm,
mawawala na yung negative feelings. Makita nila sa mga bata how the children relate to other kids, to adults, 'di
mm-mm,
ba? Sa mga maliliit, ate sila,
mm-mm,
kuya sila. So, you
Mm-mm.
know, tas nag-aalaga sila ng maliliit na mga they they know how to take care of other kids. Pag nakita nila yun na homeschool pero parang yung EQ mas, no, mas mataas ang EQ nila. So, makikita naman nila yon. So, eventually, negative
mm-mm.
feelings na yan.
I'm assuming
Mm-mm.
yung family members is yung hindi naman yung asawa mo siguro.
Hindi naman.
I mean
Ah,
yung outside, no? Kasi mahirap naman
ah,
yung hindi agree talaga.
yeah, that's a whole other thing. Pero I think this has also been discussed in, well, kami sa Educating for Life, we also get these questions, and then sa Homeschoolers of the Philippines, no, and Ate Amy, I'm sure as a parent coach, no, ito yung usual mga tinatanong paano kung yung kapamilya mo hindi naman agree. Pero ayun nga, you always go back to your whys. Thank you for answering that. Ayun, sabi nga nung isa, super lagi ko inaabangan Doc Donna's replies. So
Kasi
thank you.
ang challenge dyan, we are always trying to model how would you react? The children see So nakikita
Yeah.
nila yung anxiety mo, yung thoughts mo, whatever, kapag it's about a family member na negative, di ba? And you would like to model
Mm-mm.
how do you react to criticism, how do you react to people that will be negative. So we want them to also see how is the positive way to address. So that's why ang
Mm-mm.
hirap talaga rin maging homeschool parent, 'di ba? Kasi nga kailangan i-model mo yung gusto mong your children, to grow up to be. Kaya talaga kailangan natin ang Panginoon.
Amen.
Grace lang ni Lord talaga.
Grace ni Lord. At sabi ni
Yan.
Dalisa, I encourage other families to study and learn about homeschool while kids are still younger. Yung sinasabi ni Ate Donna na, sana nga kung preschool, no? Because my regret is I just started now. Eldest is 13 and youngest is 11. Loving the moment of being together, exploring the world as a classroom. Well, maybe this is the time that God has also given you, no? Sabi ni Ate Felici, hi Ate Felici! Those who are
Hi,
called to homeschool are
Udol.
enabled to do so. It's a journey of grace. I'll just show a few more comments before Ate Donna, you can
Oh,
share your announcement also for HOP. Agree, Donna, homeschooling is an agreement between husband, wife, and kids. Sabi ni Mariz, she's the one of our speakers din sa You Can Homeschool on November 11. And last comment, sabi ni Sheila, sometimes I feel bad when my kids even hear my in-laws. Compare them to other kids. I Sheila, I also teka lang, nasan ba kami? Nasa Facebook page. Anyway, sasabihin ko na lang din, that's happened din sometimes that there are close family members kami ha. Even if we've been homeschooling for so long, tapos supportive naman in general yung family. Sometimes there was a time din that I felt bad because parang na-compare yung isang child na ano. But I looked at it as how Ate Donna said na parang because the mindset is still the conventional conventional schooling na dapat by this age alam na nito, dapat by this age ito na ginagawa niya, dapat by this age itong grade na yan, dapat. So parang I went back again to our whys.
mhm.
And again, nakikita ko it just comes from a place of concern, lalo na kung in-laws yan or even your own parents,
Oo,
no?
oo.
And I think we just need to dig deep and let that understanding. Pwede
Yes.
ka
Need
naman
to
umiyak.
understand, 'di ba?
Oo,
Oo.
pwede ka naman umiyak because you're the one who understands what homeschooling is and what it can bear fruit
Yeah.
after so many years. So we hope na yung itong mga sessions like this will help you din to see, no, na You can homeschool for as long as you're called to do it, and you will eventually see the fruit. So, Ate Donna and Ate Amy, I want to... Grabe, akala ko mga 40 minutes lang tayo. But anyway, ang galing, ang dami pa namin gustong sabihin sa inyo. Pero Pero I want to say thank you. First of all, thank you from Educating for Life, from myself, Marielle, Michelle, and San, for allowing us to hear from you both. And then I want to also encourage those who are watching. No, Ate Donna has an invitation for you, and after that, I also have another invitation for you. So let's listen to Ate Donna first. Ayan.
Okay, so thank you. And I gained a new friend kay Amy. Okay, so um, dito sa homeschooling, talagang kahanap ka ng opportunity to serve at gumawa ng mga materials for homeschooling. So dream talaga namin ever since is magkaroon tayo ng our very own steps to reading, how to teach children how to read. Okay, so this is going to be a book launch, a double book launch sponsored by Reading Specialist, Kidstarter, Heroes, and Anvil Publishing. So yan, kasama ko si Ate Felici, si Teacher Liana, in a session called Ready, Get, Set, Read, which is going to be on October 25, 10 to 12:30 at the Heroes Headquarters, East Wing, Shangri-La Mall. So we will be launching these two books, which is the ABCs to Reading na ginawa ng Reading Specialist. Ayan. And Little One's Journal, which is also a reading, writing, reflecting companion. So for just 450 pesos, you can join the not the webinar, naku, face-to-face na to. You can join a session on how to prepare preschoolers and kindergarten to read and read with fun, with music, with joy. Actually, sneak peek, Ate Felici is already creating some songs to use for this material. So yun lang, how to access, messages muna sa Facebook, sa Kidstarter, and we'll let you know how kasi hindi pa namin na-set up yung Google form. But yun lang yon. Meet the authors, meet the writers, may raffle din, meron ding fun and games. And for 450, 2.5-hour panel discussion and training on how to teach your children how to read. O di ba, ang saya. So yun, that's gonna be October 25 next, in 3 weeks time. So yun.
Wow, thank you so much, Ate Dawn. So we also want to encourage everybody to join us at You Can Homeschool on November 11. Again, that's You Can Homeschool November 11 at UP Bahay ng Alumni. It will be from 8:30 to 5:30. But don't worry, hindi super jam-packed yung schedule. There will be time for group discussions, time to visit booths, even time to hear from homeschoolers who have talents in singing and playing instruments. Please do avail of our early bird promo while you still can, because if you do, you will get access to online bonus sessions again by Mr. Andrew Pudewa of the Institute for Excellence in Writing, 2 bonus sessions from him, and 1 bonus session from husband and wife team Sonny and Mina Mejia about how the growth mindset can improve your homeschooling days. Yung kay Andrew pala po, his session is all about, the first one is 4 deadly errors of teaching writing. So useful po ito para sa mga nag-homeschool na at starting to homeschool, and principles of motivation. Yung sinasabi kanina ni Ate Dawn and Ate Amy na, they are they can self-study, they are self-motivated. Ayan. So, Mr. Andrew Pudewa's bonus online session. So, again, these are only for those availing of the early bird promo. And for those first 150 early bird participants, meron din kayong extra freebies worth 2,000 plus. If you want to know what those are, you have to visit our website at educatingforlife.net. Ayan. So, register via educatingforlife.net. So, we want to thank all those who have already registered, no, and paid early. Mga excited sila. Excited sila for it. So again, we just want to say thank you to all the sponsors. Ate Donna, thank you to Homeschoolers of the Philippines for having us here live tonight. For those of you who also are, maybe you have a business or your kids, kasi meron kaming kids who want to have a booth doon sa November 11 and we're letting them have a booth there. You can also sign up here at this form. I'm putting here on the screen, bit.ly/ yan, screenshot yun na lang. So you can sign up there and Michelle, who is in charge of booths, she will send you an email about how you can set up your booth there and showcase your homeschooling family's business or service or products. Okay, so again, I want to remind everyone lang that we have the deadline, the early bird deadline is on, I'm trying to remember, it's on October 8th, okay? October 8th, so that's the last date to avail of the bonus online sessions. You have to register and pay by October 8th, and then regular rate na siya starting October 9, and then walk-in rate starting November 6. So may time pa naman po for you to register. Again, visit educatingforlife.net. Ate Donna and Ate Amy, maybe you have the last words that you want to share before we say goodbye to everyone. Super
See you
last.
all. Oh, so see you all on Yes, You Can Homeschool.
Yes, thank you so much, Ate
Yeah.
Amy.
Thank you for having me. Mahihiyain ako, hindi lang ako makahindi sa'yo.
I had to beg her, Ate Dons. Please, Ate. So she was actually saying,
Thank you so
Ate
much.
Dons, ang sinasuggest ni Ate Amy, next naman, yung mga anak nyo, interview namin. So, isa-set up ko po
Sabi
yan,
ko,
ha?
pwede ba sila na lang? But anyway, thank you so much, Tina.
That should be
for
fun.
having me.
Okay,
Please, Donna.
Yes. We will set that up for those who are interested to hear the side of the children naman. But next week, in case you are a working parent, we have You Can Homeschool Even If You're a Working Parent with two of our previous convention speakers, Denise Peña and Randy Orhino. So catch us next week again at the same time, same place. And again, thank you so much for joining us. We want to say good night, good morning if you're watching a replay or you're in another country. And again, you can homeschool by God's grace and with the help of community. Yeah. So thank you. Good night. Let's say
Bye. God bless
goodbye.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.